Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak at the first Moscow International Foreign Investment Forum. I would like to thank the organizers. I think it is an attempt to create a different packing, a dialogue with investors, a dialogue in the form of a conference, I think is one of the key elements of success. In any kind of activity, you need to create trust. You need to understand each other. And this is the basis for any project, be it business or not. Indeed, we have a vast experience working with the federal authorities and with regional authorities. We were working with one of the first state-private partnership of Russia. We were building the road 1558. That's quite a unique project in terms of the cooperation between foreign and Russian investors and between the regional and national level of authorities. So when we were working on this project, it became absolutely clear where the weak points were. We realized where we were lacking experience, where we were lacking the understanding of what each party needs. So I think when we are talking about the packing, it's not only beautiful presentation of what we want, but it is also a clear definition of who is responsible for what and how these obligations will be carried out. That's how it is. We've gone a long way, but nevertheless, the legislative basis is not yet perfect. It is not favorable for long-term foreign investment, especially what concerns long-term projects, such as projects for 10 or 20 years. Indeed, such projects need a favorable environment for investors, not only in Russia, but in any country. The second serious problem connected with long-term projects and with long-term projects realized in Russia, which are needed in Russia, by the way. We've seen lots of examples of such projects, and many projects cannot be realized within a year or a few years. Sometimes they need 10, 20 years. So in this case, apart from good legislature, there is also a need of other favorable conditions for investors. The investors should be aware that the rules of play will not be changed suddenly, that business is respected, that mutual agreement is respected, and that there is transparency and openness. All this seems to be absolutely natural, but nevertheless, these are the things that make a favorable environment. Actually, I would like to touch upon a few points that were the basis of a strategy of attracting foreign investment in Singapore. What's important is pragmacy, openness, respect for business, and you should pick the best, not respecting the conditions of nepotism. When we talk about long-term projects, financing is very important. It should be acknowledged that so far in Russia, for different reasons, when we talk about long-term projects, 15, 20 years, it's important to follow a number of conditions. There can be several organizations and different kind of money is used, like the pension fund money are usually a basis for long-term projects. However, the scheme does not work here. This is all interconnected. It requires serious work. And it's not only about pension fund reform. It's that as long as we do not have long-term money, we cannot realize projects, no matter how well we pack them. It's also very important to realize what a project is. Such forums are not only held in St. Petersburg or in Moscow. In many regions, it has become a tradition when a governor and his team realize that in order to attract investors, you should show your goods to them. You should show what this or that region can offer. one should realize what an investor needs. However, so far, this is not the case. There is still much to be desired. We can see some progress. It is rather slow, unfortunately. And there is as we know, that one of the key problems is absence of management and infrastructure. Indeed, we still have these problems. We need over $500 million of investment into the infrastructure within the nearest 10 years. This is a lot of money. $500 billion of investment, it's something we cannot do with our own resources. We'll have to attract money from all over the world, and we need to put a lot of effort into that. Secondly, the world is not ready just to give money, even for most beautifully packed projects. Thank you.